Alright guys, here's some more early Monster Energy Supercross 4 gameplay. And the first part here I want to show you is the replay mode. It's pretty much in every milestone game, but this one, the replay mode, I wouldn't say is any better or worse, but just the small changes they did to the physics in the game make the replay mode look pretty good. This is Atlanta. And this track, okay, first of all, the AI was super tough. We'll get into that in a minute. But the replay mode, this section and the next section is really, it looks really sweet. And the reason I chose this particular lap is because we actually ran down, I believe it was Justin Hill, and passed him and made it stick. So it was a really good lap. I wouldn't say it was our fastest one, but it was a pretty clean lap. And yeah, it just looks really good, and I wanted to show it to you. And we're gonna jump in here in a second to the actual race, and that is a different story. Okay, the AI, we always complain and say that the AI isn't fast enough, and it really isn't. I mean, after an hour or less, if you're better, you can pretty much dominate the AI pretty easily. It doesn't take very long once you learn the track and how to get around the track. It's pretty easy to beat the AI on the realistic difficulty. So this time around, and I usually always say it, but most of the time I'm wrong, and I'm just saying it because I haven't played the game enough. And then after playing for a while, it's like, oh, you know, maybe they're not as tough as I thought they were in the beginning. But this time I've played probably 3-ish hours, and they definitely are tougher here at the Atlanta Supercross, because we did one of the Utah Salt Lake City Supercross races in the first video. And while that track is pretty easy, we beat the AI pretty easily. I mean, we had a few seconds of a lead, and that was after playing for maybe an hour. So we hadn't even played very long, and we were able to beat him because the track was easy, and maybe the AI just wasn't very good at that track. But at this track, they're wicked good, and it can be annoying. The AI can be annoying. For instance, in career, they could get really annoying, but it's not that they just take you out or ride really dumb and dirty. They actually kind of battle you. I mean, I'll take the outside and think, hey, I'm good. You know, we have the momentum. We're gonna make this pass stick. And then they'll cut underneath of me and square the corner off and pass me back. Yes, they do push you off the track and just kind of ram into you and ride really dumb lines. And here at Atlanta, they have some serious issues, and this is an alpha build, so I'm not too concerned about it, but the AI is constantly resetting, going off track, just in places they really shouldn't be. But aside from that, because it is alpha, the AI at this track, and I'm speaking specifically about this track and having a few hours in the game, they were tough. I restarted this race like a billion times, no joke, because first of all, I was having a tough time on the track to begin with. Second of all, the AI, like, I couldn't get a start good enough to where I could even compete with the guys at the top. Because if you get a bad start, it's 22 riders on the gate, it's like impossible to pass them. Especially in the first few laps, they're just so congested and balled up that you can't really get by them. Once they space out, you can actually have some pretty fun battles with them. And like I said, we got Justin Hill in front of us here, and I don't remember what lap it was, maybe lap 4. I think we do 7. There was a really sick battle with him, and we end up beating him because you did see that opening lap. But it was just insane, and I had a couple races where I got a really good start. We ran 1 or 2 really good laps, but the AI came in and just destroyed me. And then I was like, okay, you know, no big deal. And then in the next corner, we get destroyed by 2 or 3 AI. I mean, you can see it's like, you do a lot of bumping. you do a decent amount of bumping. I feel like in this game, at least the bit I've played, the AI is definitely more competitive and wants to race you harder. The part that I don't really know how they would change that. To speed the AI up, I feel like what they did is first of all, they gave them the ability to take the very, 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 very bottom inside line, and they're able to hit that corner as fast or faster than you can. And on some of the straightaways, for example, leading up to a triple, they get kind of a speed boost. You'll see it, or maybe you have seen it in the sand section right before that triple, before the bridge here. They definitely speed up there, because I've gotten through that corner where I felt like I couldn't hit it any faster than I did, and the AI just comes flying by me. And they generally want to push to the inside and push you out of the way. It actually was a lot of fun. I mean, it can be frustrating, as I said, where they ride really dumb and they take really dumb lines, but for the most part, see, there you kind of saw, he was reset, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't even there. I think he came from a different part of the track. I kept seeing Aaron Plessinger, like, going down the start straight the wrong direction and kept getting reset. So the AI definitely needs some work, specifically on this track. And as I said in the first video, they don't take the finish line the right way. So yes, it's an alpha. They're aware of it. I'm sure it'll be, ironed out before the game releases. But I just wanted to let you know that I feel like the AI is definitely better. And I did say it, but I'll say it again if you didn't hear it, because people are like, you repeat yourself, but sometimes I do, because I say stuff and then people will ask me a question about what I just said. I said the answer in the video, but they'll ask, for instance, when does the game release? I'm pretty sure I said March 11, and then somebody was asking me that, which is fine. I just feel like sometimes that's probably why I repeat myself. There you kind of saw it again. It's just like he's all over the track. It's crazy. But the AI, it's really fun to battle with them. And here we nail this insane quad triple. It isn't that tough, but it is tough because if you go outside, which is what you have to do to get the speed to hit that quad, you lose a bunch of time to the AI. And I don't know how much faster it actually is. A tiny bit, definitely a tiny bit, because we did gap on 4th place. But yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. We end up getting 3rd, I believe, here. Yeah, 3rd. It was fun. It's fun not just always demolishing the AI. I mean, we only ran a 56.9. And I'm sure when the game actually releases, people will be running, low 50s. But, for just having a tiny bit of time in the game, 56.9. I mean, the top 2 guys ran faster lap times than we did. Jason Anderson ran a 56.8. Crazy. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.